This is Sky Sports News.
Well, only one winner here today, folks, and that winner is football. What a scintillating game. Corinthians 5, Huntington 3. Corinthians down 3-0 at half-time and out, and then a Churchonian speech by one of the players during half-time to pull them back into it. Typical British Bulldog spirit.
Britain, Britain, Britain. Land of technological achievement. We've had running water for over 10 years, an underground tunnel that links us to Peru, and we invented the cat. But none of these innovations would have been possible were it not for the people of Britain. And it is those people that we do look at today. Let's do it.
So, Kaiser, what a performance. Have you ever witnessed anything like that before your whole life? I mean, that half-time speech was something else, wasn't it?
That was certainly, that rattled every single player in the team, and I think second half everybody got stuck in. I've got to say, of course, it was the back four that really was the driving force behind the team. We won every single tackle in the second half, played the most amazing balls forward, and I suppose, the midfield helped a bit, and a couple of strikers.
A couple of strikers fell over, hit the knee, went in.
That defence, it was just absolutely superb, and I just got to say that, it was just a brilliant game.
I mean, the confidence, everyone must have been confident knowing that in the second half, there was nothing going past us.
Absolutely, even Andy in goal, I think was changing his bathroom slippers on second half because he thought he was slipping over a bit in the first, and had a bit of a breather in the second half, and I thought we played really well.
So we're 3-0 down, half-time. Rich, well, I don't know where that came from. I don't know whether he's been getting grief at home or whether he's got the garden to sort out, but he just let it rip, didn't he?
I think maybe one of his boys watched The Exorcist this morning and it really sort of pissed him off, and therefore obviously he decided, look, I've got to give that grief to somebody else, and he did, and I thought it worked, and got everybody wrapped. Himself as well, of course, I think he fell over a couple of times in the first half, but picked the team up and get everybody, the team talk that they needed.
I think what really happened was the hand of God was at play really today, wasn't it? Derek tried to kill that poor seagull, didn't he? I don't know what he was thinking. The seagull was just flying past, was minding its own business, wallop, headed ball right into the seagull. We all thought it was dead.
That was clearly the low point of the game, and I think the RSPCA will put an inquest in place now, and it might have some repercussions for him as well as for the team.
Yeah, and so I don't know who was it that picked him up. I think it may have been Ian just picked it up, or Rich.
I think it was Richard, because he thought it's a bird, so therefore I might as well kiss it, and I thought fair dues to him.
Yeah, so he put it on the side for the cat to get, and fortunately the bird came round halfway through. We were all absolutely amazed, and that I think God then realised that.
It probably thought before that guy puts me in the frying pan at the end of the game, I best make a run on the one working leg.
That was really the test. If we'd have just kicked the bird to the side and left it there or wrung its neck, I think we would have lost 5-0.
We probably would have. I think that was the turning moment of the game.
Because that's what football's all about, isn't it? Humanity.
And birds.
And birds. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jose Arrogantio, British Bulldog spirit, was coming across there today. What are your views on the match? What do you think about it? That guy who you just interviewed, he is not British, he is a continental. His accent is so strong, even I cannot understand a bloody word he is saying. But at the end of the day, he's British in his attitude. He clearly likes his pies, he likes a pint, and he's full of just as much bullshit as anybody else. Well, Corinthians were 3-0 down at half-time. What do you think changed the match, Jose? They were 3-0 down, and Derek, he tried to kill that bird. You British people are supposed to be animal lovers. He clearly assaulted that bird. The bird had no chance, and then the bird got taken off, carried off. There was no substitution made for the bird because the bird shouldn't have been playing in the first bloody place. But overall, I do have to say, Corinthians played an excellent match today. 3-0 down, they tried very hard. Churchill, oh yes. Hey, I don't know what that guy's on, but he needs to take out some insurance or something. But you had Churchill, and he did an inspiring speech half-time, and clearly they responded to it. Came out, 5 goals, excellent game of football.
Think of today's performance then. 3-0 down half time, 5-3 win.
Well, before the game, I was thinking we had a pretty fit side. I thought if we could be level after an hour, we'd go on and win this game.
Hold on a minute, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry, what was I going?
However, after Simo sort of did his tickling of the
Hold on a minute,
tickled
yeah,
the ball.
I'll Guinness. Guinness.
At 3-0 we were dead and buried, but thankfully Derek was, and yeah, we brought on the new centre half and it all changed in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we got a right moaning now. Talk about me having to go anger management training. What about Rich? What was up with him?
Last week, the older team were all talking about positivity, bullying each other up. This week we got a right hammering at half time, didn't we?
I know, yeah. There was a few players in tears.
Not least the back four. We were all in tears at that point. Thankfully, we never saw the ball after that. So.
No. Needless to say, the back four was changed at half time, and we kept it really tight, and we didn't risk going down, and then we just built from there. Really.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see. You know, there was a number of players. Steph messing about at right back. Brought him into centre half. Had a cracking game.
Yeah.
You, God knows what you're doing at right wing, but second half you played right back. And right
and
wing,
God knows what I was doing there.
Right up front.
Yeah, and right all over the show. But I never swore once, I never shouted at the ref.
No, that's good.
So, you know, things have improved in that sense.
If you can control, it's alright to have emotions, Carl. If you can control them, it's all the better.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Controlled emotions. We were like that today, really, weren't we? Controlled emotions. From the depths of despair to sheer ecstasy. I noticed Andy was smoking something on the line at one point.
So, before we go over to interview Richard Churchill Allen, shall we take a look at tomorrow's headlines?
Oh, yes.
And the Sun's headline, Rallying Call wins the game, and inside is a serialisation of the speech given. That will be found on pages 2, 3, 7, 9, 15, 26 and 58. But he did go on a lot. And World Soccer magazine's carrying a photograph of Rich Churchill on the front cover, and inside there's an article from his voice coach Simon Cowell. And the Daily Mirror carries it off again. Oh yes, is the headline, and inside there is a paper cutout of Churchill the dog, which you can hang in your car to make people think you can afford their insurance. Now please be standing for the greatest leader of our time. Well, for 2 minutes anyway during half time. He did go on a lot. In fact, I've still got a earache now.
So Churchill, what a funny match that was. First half against the wind with us against a very good team. They passed it around.
Yeah.
Before we knew it, we were 3-0 down.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, we didn't start very well, did we, Col?
Not really, no.
We were pretty poor, and they really were all over us. But we had a fantastic comeback, so really good win.
I mean, people have been mentioning the inspiring part of the game early was the where we killed that seagull. No, sorry, that wasn't it. It was where we actually the second half, and before the second half, we had the half-time chat, and you just kind of lost it. What the fuck was going on?
Well, yeah, I was a bit upset, I have to admit, but it was as much with myself and everybody else, I think. But we just weren't doing the business, were we? No, we weren't working hard enough. We weren't playing very well, so had to be said, really.
I mean, some people are liking it to Churchill's, we will fight them on the beaches, we will beat them for the throw-ins.
Yeah, well, it was more like Churchill the insurance dog, I think, really.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So, it was insurance against second half disasters. Do you do that?
Well, you know, I'll turn my hand to most things, to be honest.
So there you have it from the man himself, Richard the Mouthpiece Churchill Allen. We would have liked to have listened to a bit more, but he did go on a little bit. In fact, I'm sure he's still there talking to someone in the pub. Don't know what he's talking about, but they looked bored as well. Anyway, that's it for this week. 5-3 Corinthian win. Excellent game from being 3-0 down to come back 5-3, and they could have had more. And there's only one thing to leave you with now, a trip down memory lane.